Thanks for checking out this haul video. So it's the beginning of a new year, and it's the beginning of collecting more Vinegar Syndrome that's released this year. So this is all of what I got for the January releases. I got more titles though because they were having their subscriber week, and obviously they have a bunch of sales during their subscriber week. So I will have two other videos breaking down what I got for that. Those are going to be a lot. So I had to break it down into two for that reason. But I wanted to make sure, like I have started doing, that I just get all of the January releases that I got in this. Now, I will say off the bat, I did not buy Southern Comfort, which was their 4K that they released. I have seen that film. It is a good film. I just don't need to own it at the price point that it is. And they had their new label, Cinematograph. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but they could have picked an easier name. But they had Little Darlings. I did not pick up Little Darlings, and they had another one that I did pick up. But those are the two other releases that they had that I did not pick up. But everything else I ended up getting, partially because I'm a subscriber. But let me go ahead and get into it. And obviously, like normal, I have ranked it as far as the ones that I'm going to do first are what I'm least excited about, and the one last is what I'm most excited to check out at this point. But anyway, let's get into it. The first thing is actually not a movie. I just want to get this one out of the way. I'm a sucker for it. I have the two Freeway films. I love them. This is a case to hold both of the Freeway films. And I really enjoy the artwork on this. I like that they have the kind of split thing, and then they have the split of the villains on the back as well, which I like it. I mean, it looks good. They look great, so had to pick it up. I think it was like 12 bucks, something like that, but I don't know. The artwork's good. I enjoy it. So, yeah, that. So, the Cinematograph title that I did pick up is Red Rock West. Has Nick Cage in it and Dennis Hopper, plus the premise sounds pretty solid, so I definitely did want to pick it up. These things are kind of beefy in the way they're done. I don't like these. I think they're called J cards. I don't really like these J cards on the outside, but it is what it is. It doesn't impede anything though. I can show you the inside. They have one of these things to pull it out, and then it is like I don't know if you can really tell, but it's like textured like cloth material. Like it's like an old school like bound cloth book. It says Red Rock West, which then has like book stuff in the beginning written about the film. So that's interesting. And then the disc itself. I understand that they're kind of like excited about this way of doing it. I don't think it's the greatest. I think the way they had been doing things was kind of better. I will say though, there was a really awful smell coming from inside this. It is like the worst type of like cement glue that I have ever smelled. Like you're going to lose brain cells smelling this. It smells awful. They got to let this stuff like off gas for a while. Like that is nasty. But anyway, let me read to you what Red Rock West is, which I'm excited to check out. Michael, played by Nicolas Cage, a discharged Marine turned drifter, ends up in Red Rock, Wyoming, in search of honest work. Wayne, played by J.T. Walsh, a local bar owner, offers Michael the dishonest work of carrying out a hit on his wife Suzanne, played by Laura Flynn Boyle, after mistaking him for the actual hitman Lyle from Dallas that he hired to murder his spouse. Before Michael can split town with his down payment, he runs into the real Lyle, played by Dennis Hopper, and from there, all hell breaks loose. It's an endlessly twisty slice of distinctly American neo-noir set in the heartland of the United States. The trailer looked great. It has Nick Cage. It has Dennis Hopper, so I was like, I feel like I kind of have to. So I'm definitely excited to check this one out. Then next, we have another one I'm excited about, The Horrible Dr. Hitchcock. This looks very gothic-y, which, I'm into it. And there's that. Barbara Steele right there, who looks great. Who actually, by the way, there's a horror convention I haven't gone to in a while, Monster Mania. It's not far from me, that announced that Barbara Steele's going to be showing up. So that's kind of wild. They do have a booklet in this one. Show you. It's a real booklet. That's the proof right there. And then here's another slipcover on it, which looks pretty solid. That on the back, pretty solid. So you're getting a lot of artwork on this, actually, which is pretty cool. And then on the inside, you got this one, and then just the discs. So, all right, let's read about the horrible Dr. Hitchcock. Brilliant scientist Professor Bernard Hitchcock harbors a secret fascination with the corpses of beautiful young women. His perverse desires are so strong that he has developed a unique serum capable of placing people into a death-like state. A drug he has decided to experiment with on his wife. Margaretha, however, after accidentally giving her a lethal dose, the doctor panics and covers up his wife's death. Hitchcock soon remarries, this time to the orphan Cynthia, whom he brings to live with him at his isolated castle. Shortly after her arrival, Cynthia begins to experience increasingly strange and ghastly goings-on. While her new husband dismisses these seemingly supernatural occurrences, Cynthia becomes convinced that someone or something is lurking in the castle, and her loving husband might know more than he's letting on. Ernesto Gastaldi was involved in writing the script for this one. That's familiar to me because of Giallo films. But yeah, this one sounds good. Also, sorry if my reading is like seeming kind of off. It is because I'm having a little bit of trouble talking. I did a channel update about it, but I have like this messed up mouth guard apparatus to push my jaw back because of my TMJ issues. And it kind of like causes me to slur my S's a little bit. And it's hard to talk because my tongue doesn't sit in the normal place. So bear with me. Anyway, the next one I'm very excited about I purchased was Black Cat 1 and 2. These look like some really fun like Hong Kong martial arts films. Looking good. Again, with this one, there is a cool looking... I like that logo, by the way. That on the back, and it's a book. Got some stuff about it. Looking good. Looking nice. Whoop. And then the movie itself pops out. Put that back in. And we got that. And then on the inside, discs. We've got 2 discs and a poster. I'm not going to undo the poster because that's just a big pain. Anyway, let's read about Black Cat 1 and 2. Okay, come on, close. Explosive action, bloody gunfights, and bone-breaking martial arts all collide in this Girls with Guns double feature of Black Cat and Black Cat 2. Vinegar Syndrome Archive is proud to present this deadly duo for the first time on Blu-ray in the U.S., newly restored from archival film Elements. Looks like it has a lot of good special features. Black Cat, after brutally killing an abusive trucker at a rest stop, tough-as-nails drifter Catherine soon finds herself facing life in prison due to her violent outbursts. But when a daring escape from the courthouse leaves her all but dead, Catherine awakens to find she's been given another lease on life. The only catch, she must train to become an assassin for the CIA under the codename Black Cat. With the tutelage of fellow agent Brian, Catherine must learn to give up any chance of a normal life if she wishes to remain alive. Known to many as the Hong Kong version of La Femme Nikita. Sounds interesting. I'm down. And then Black Cat 2. After undergoing a series of medical experiments in order to become a more efficient assassin, Catherine struggles to maintain what little of her human side is left. Deemed uncompromised by her higher-ups, Catherine is given one more chance when she is partnered with a young, hot-headed agent, named Robin. Catherine must use her newly enhanced skills in order to stop a violent assassin before he claims his next victim. Sounds fun, right? I mean, I guess that's mainly just like if you're into like Hong Kong stuff. Now again, I know I've said this before, I don't like these bottom loading cases. I think they're really annoying. It's very high likelihood that you're going to end up snagging the plastic right here on it. It's very hard to work with, but anyway, looks good, sounds good. Black Cat 2. Okay, this is the next to last one that I'm pretty excited about. This is because this is my comfort genre. I love watching films. If you don't know, I have a very large playlist on my channel of full reviews of Giallo and Giallo-esque films that I've done. And so I'm excited to get Forgotten Giali Volume 6. I can't believe they're up to Volume 6 already. That is wild. Pretty nice artwork on that one. That looks really cool. If you can't tell, it's kind of like a turquoise. I know the lighting doesn't necessarily convey it, but looking good. And then, oh yeah, I like this as well. How, yeah. And then on the back, you got that. So anyway, oh, take it off. All right, I'm gonna pop them all out so I can read through them. Okay, if I can get them out. They're really tightly in here. Jeez, they have a hard time getting them out. I do have to say, I know some people have commented about it online that they have made this a little bit thinner than what they have normally done for these boxes. That's accurate, but it's still very good quality in my opinion, so I'm totally fine with that. I don't really think it's an issue because I think before they were kind of too thick in my opinion, and this is fine. Cost savings probably a little bit for them. All right, so the first movie in there is Death Carries a Cane. This is a Giallo film I've not seen, so obviously I'm very excited to see it because I like Giallo films. I'll show you the artwork in there. Pretty cool. I'm into that. Let's read about Death Carries a Cane. While enjoying an otherwise leisurely day, Kitty, a professional photographer, happens to witness the murder of a nude woman via a sightseeing telescope. While she is unable to make out the black trench coat wearing killer's face, it's not long before this mystery assailant begins stalking and gorily bumping off all potential witnesses to the crime. Fearing that she might become the killer's next target, Kitty enlists the help of her boyfriend Alberto as the two launch their own investigation into the murders. Nice. I'm trying to see if there are any names. Oh, Nieves Navarro's in this. Nice, nice. I know her from Death Walks on High Heels and Death Walks at Midnight, working with her husband, Luciano Ercoli. So that's pretty awesome. And Rosita Tarash, who was in The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, is pretty great. Obviously by Dario Argento. That's pretty cool. Pretty excited about this one. People seem to be... I'm in a Giallo group on Facebook, and people seem to be very excited that that particular movie was getting a release, so it makes me even more excited to check it out. The next one is Naked You Die. Also one I have not seen before. Artwork's good. I'll show you the inside artwork on this one. There you go. Pretty cool. Nice. I love the Forgotten Gialli box sets. They're pretty cool. Alright, Naked You Die. Following the arrival of a mysterious trunk to an all-girls boarding school, a series of strange disappearances and murders begin to plague the institution. To appease the panic-stricken students and staff, Inspector Durand begins searching the school grounds in a bid to unmask the culprit. However, student and amateur sleuth Jill decides to solve the mystery on her own, unwittingly putting herself into the sights of a bloodthirsty killer. Cool. Sounds great. Again, I'm trying to see if there's any people I really recognize. No. Not really. Or that I'm like all that excited about. But, I mean, it sounds cool. It's Giallo, so I'm into it. Naked You Die. And then the last one in this box set, I actually have seen before, and I have a full review for it on my channel, so you can check that out. And that is The Bloodstained Shadow. I love that artwork. That looks super, super cool. I'm a big fan of that one. And then the inside is kind of just a bigger version of it, which honestly I'm cool with because it's such cool artwork that to get like a larger version, pretty nice. All right, The Bloodstained Shadow. In the 1950s, the body of a teenage girl was found strangled near a small village. Decades later, with the murder remaining unsolved, a young man named Stefano, who grew up in the area, returns home to visit his older brother, Paolo, who has become the local priest. Shortly after his arrival, more mysterious murders begin to plague the community, with the victims being members of a strange local sect. But when Paolo begins receiving menacing warnings from an unknown source, Stefano, with the help of his girlfriend Sandra, begins looking into the seemingly ordinary town's sinister past. Yes, I'm trying to see. Stefania Cassini from Suspiria and Blood for Dracula is in this. So there you go. That's nice. Oh yeah, this was an Antonio Beto film, so that's now ringing more of a bell even. It's been a while since I've seen this, so I probably need to do a rewatch. But there you go. There's the Forgotten Giali that I'm pretty excited about. Let's see if I can... Oh, okay. They fit in there pretty well. It's just hard getting them out. The suction, you know? Okay, so that's Forgotten Giali. So that leads me to the last release. And I know some people are going to see this and going to be like, really? This is the one you're most excited about? Yes. And it's because I watched the trailer and it looks wild. It looks so over the top. It looks ridiculous. And that's my wheelhouse. I love that stuff. And that is Santet 1 and 2. So obviously getting 2 films in here. I believe these are from Indonesia. I think. That looks good. I mean, I'm particularly interested in this like half woman, half tiger thing. I mean, come on, man. And then on the inside, I just flipped it to that because otherwise it was just this. I don't understand why they didn't have other artwork here, like a third. I don't know. It's just the way it is. And then on the inside, very similar. Yeah. And there's a little booklet in here. So, a little to read. All right, so let's talk about Santet 1 and 2. Oh, I was right. Indonesia's beloved Scream Queen Susanna stars in this decidedly demented duo of supernatural revenge thrillers, Santet and Santet 2, which boast not just over-the-top gore set pieces, yes, but an abundance of slimy creatures, yes, wild plot twists, yes, and even impromptu musical numbers, also yes. I'm down with that. Vinegar Syndrome presents this hugely popular set of Southeast Asian horror classics on disc for the first time in the United States. Santet, the first one. After poisoning his wife, local gangster Bismon blames her death on the village cleric and instigates an outraged mob to burn down his hut, killing him in the process. The cleric's wife, Katemi, escapes into the jungle, eventually meeting Nye Anker, a half-crocodile, half-witch, who gives Katemi diabolical powers, thus allowing her to commence a bloody revenge. Sounding awesome, right? Again, like, watch the trailer on the Vinegar Syndrome website. It's ridiculous. And then Santet 2. Katemi is trying to live a pious life in her village, but most of the villagers shun and curse her on account of her previous murderous deeds. When the mentor of Nye Anker finds Katemi and curses her, the madness in the village starts anew as Katemi turns into a vicious tiger every night, ripping the townspeople from limb to limb, which is what that must be down here. Right? Sounds wild. Sounds fun. I'm into it. So, as I have said before, with all of these releases, I will be doing short reviews. I don't know why I'm having a hard time getting it in there. I'll be doing the shorts on YouTube, like 60-second or less videos, just reviewing each one of these as I get through them. I do try and get those done as fast as I can. Another thing that I guess I do need to address is the fact that the shipping of all of these titles for January was very delayed for Vinegar Syndrome, and a lot of people who aren't subscribers aren't going to end up getting their packages until well into February, unfortunately. So hopefully they get things back on track for February, because when I'm recording this, literally tomorrow is February 1st. So I just got my package today on the 31st of January, so it's kind of wild that I'm like, oh, sweet, I got all these movies now I can watch. And literally tomorrow I'm going to be like, what other movies am I going to get? So it feels like they're stacking up. I'm going to try and work through them. But let me know what you're excited about or what you picked up or what you would want to pick up, what looks or sounds interesting to you in the comments. I would appreciate that. Always love comments about especially this stuff that I'm excited about. Do me a favor and hit subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can also help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please, with a thumbs up on this video. And you can hit the notification bell button, and then you'll know when I'm putting up new videos. So regardless, thank you so much for taking your time to check this out. My bad. And until next time, keep it brutal.